Before going into the game, my expectations are low, looking at the talent difference between the Ducks and the Kings lineups, but holy duck, that was bad. The Kings fielded almost their regular roster, minus their top line and maybe a defenseman or two. On the Ducks side, we had Zegras, Vetrano, Dumoulin, and the rest were rookies or mostly AHL players, including a net. It's preseason, so the score doesn't matter, but there are still several players fighting for the last few roster spots, and let's just say more people probably lost a job than earned one last night. In my opinion, the player who looked the best was the new guy, Brian Dumoulin, making his unofficial debut. Some of his passes weren't great, but he clears the front of the net and brings a calming presence. And that's pretty much the list of players who stood out for the right reasons. Sure, there were a few flashes from others, but nothing consistent. The player I was most looking forward to seeing in this game was Zegras. But Zegras didn't look great defensively, like most of the team. He lost his man on the Kings' first goal. It's also worth mentioning that this was the first time he played center since camp started. While he's usually more comfortable at center, I think switching him between wing and center is probably messing with him a bit. It really is baffling that the team still doesn't seem to know where to put him in the lineup at this stage in his career. Just decide if you want him to be a center or a wing. Aside from being down 1-0, the Ducks actually exceeded my expectations in the first period, generating some great chances early on. But then, everything went downhill, or really off a cliff. The Kings played tic-tac-toe, going up 2-0 with a pretty play, and extending it to 3-0 as the Ducks' defensive breakdowns continued in the second period. In the third, the Kings added their fourth goal early, and the Ducks lost 4-0. There wasn't as much bite in this game as there usually is for a Ducks vs. Kings game. The most concerning thing from this game is that Lundy left the game with about 15 seconds to go. He either took a high stick or an elbow to the face. Hopefully he'll be alright. Oscar Dance played the full 60 minutes as we try to determine our backup goalie for the start of the season. Needless to say, Klang better be the backup on opening night. The defense in front of Dance was poor, leaving him out to dry, and I don't blame him for most of the goals, except maybe the fourth one, but he didn't look sharp. He was frantic, had no control, and played too deep in his net, with the puck slipping behind him multiple times. It was just a lackluster effort last night. Hopefully we'll see more in the Ducks' next preseason game, which is tomorrow against the Utah Hockey Club, their first game at the Pond. I'm expecting a lineup closer to the regular season roster. And now, congratulations to our ticket giveaway winners. Hopefully the Ducks put on a better show. Don't quite know where to place this, it really deserves its own video, but I'm sure many of you have probably read or at least heard about Ilya Lyubushkin's comments regarding his time with the Ducks. It's important to note that these remarks were translated from Russian, so it's possible we're not getting the full picture, and Bush might be extravagating a bit, but still, it's concerning, and there are starting to be more and more things that are concerning. Cronin has a lot to show this year, simple as that. Thank you to our members. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and go Ducks!
Oh yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Can I pet you? Okay.